Namaskar, hello, and a very warm welcome to CIET NCERT's live phone-in interactive program. Well, this is our special program, and here we bring you this 5-day training on the learning management system, that is LMS, to enhance teaching learning process. Today is the first day of this online training. 23rd of January is the first day, and till 27th of January this will go on. It's a 5-day training, and in the last day, that would be 27th, we will give you a quiz. A quiz link will be given to you, and there's a lot to understand regarding LMS, that is the learning management system. Well, this training is to basically leverage the understanding of teachers, students, teacher educators, administrators, and various stakeholders on learning management system in order to enrich the classroom experiences. So please watch this entire online training from 4 to 5. We are here every day from a Monday to Friday. So my name is Tanvi Khurana, and our day one's topic is a learning management system, policy perspectives, concept, need, and scope. We have two experts in this program, and they'll be giving you a lot of details regarding the needs, the scope, the policy perspectives. And if you have any questions, any queries, then please raise it, and you can call us on our number, which is 8800440559. And if you want to email us, then the email ID would be training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. At this moment, you're watching us on either channel number 6 to channel number 12, and also on our YouTube channel, which is NCERT Official. In the live chat box, you can write down your questions, your queries, and share it with us. So you can be a participant in this particular program. You can raise your questions. You can watch the entire program, and if in case you miss it, then you can watch it again anytime you want at NCERT Official, our YouTube channel. Let me please introduce to you our guests for today. We have with us Dr. R.C. Sharma. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Sir is the director from Human Resource Development Center, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, New Delhi. And our next guest is Dr. Biju K. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Namaskar. Sir is an assistant professor from Central University of Tamil Nadu. So a lot of discussion is going to happen within this program. Till 5 o'clock we are here with this discussion, and I'll also let you know that how you can be a participant in this program, and all the details regarding this online training at the end of this program. So for that you have to watch this entire program. And before we begin, we have two very important announcements to make. Well, in yet another exciting edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he will be interacting with the students, teachers, and parents on 27th of January 2023. This town hall type event will be telecast live on Doordarshan and all the major channels, and All India Radio as well, including even their channels from 1 to channel number 12. In this lively program, Honorable Prime Minister will not only discuss the ways to manage stress, but he will also give mantras to live life more joyfully as an Utsav. So please watch this program. And of course, we are proud that India assumed G20 presidency and convened the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in 2023. A nation deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism, G20 presidency for India would be a watershed moment for her history, as it seeks to play an important role by finding pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all, and in doing so manifests the true spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or the world as one family. So with these two important announcements, let's please begin our today's program. And the topic, like I said, is learning management system, policy perspectives, concept, need, and scope. So now let me please request my first guest, Dr. R.C. Sharma. Sir, what do we have in store for our children today, sir? What are we going to talk about or discuss or understand in this program, sir?
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, friends, and you are very welcome to this very important topic of learning management systems. And maybe I can share my screen.
Yes, sir.
If this will stop, okay. So is it full screen?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, thank you. So, friends, what has happened that during the past few years, that and particularly it was, furthered by the COVID transition planning. And during this period, before that, pre-COVID, post-COVID, during COVID, so many of the online modes, channels we found. So on one side, we had face-to-face before that, but that era, we saw blended learning mode, hybrid learning mode, fully online learning mode, and a wide variety of modes in which the online learning or the virtual learning, digital learning, e-learning, web-based learning, etc. This was implemented by various institutions because all the schools, colleges, they were closed. Since now we have opened after that, but still there are so much of the advantage of these technologies that we continue to use them. We were using them previously as well, but the need to go digital, and particularly has just now announced that that how the India is making great strides, our beloved country, into the digital transition. These things, they hold very, very high significance for our educational institutions. And this has given rise to many kind of business models in which there is a wide range from a kind of platform in which the things they are offered as a fee for some service up to the revenue sharing models from where. And you can see in this diagram that various kind of like degrees and certificates, diploma, etc. through different sort of platforms they are being offered. So you have MOOC providers, you have for-profit, you have non-profit, you have free platforms and freemium, open source. There are so many of the options available with us. This has made available to a large variety of options to the teachers, to the students on how we can take the benefit of these digital tools to us. What is the advantage of them? They have the advantages for all the stakeholders for it. Like for institutions, they are a benefit, there are benefit for teachers, they are benefit for students. The one of the biggest advantage which has been noted here is this improved student outcomes, because you provide them some sort of the content support, the curriculum support, the teacher support, the interaction support, interaction with the teacher, interaction with the content, the peer interaction, and supported with the kind of formative assessment, which is popularly known as assessment for learning, and the summative assessment, which is at the end assessment of learning, at the end of a term, at the end of a session, at the end of a course or some module, something when we go with that. And if you see that how the things they have been developing over a period of time, it started with the emergence of massive open online courses. Before that, we were simply, as a standalone or institutional learning management systems, e-learning was there. But then when the first MOOC was offered by George Siemens and Stephen Dons in 2008, they connectivist the MOOC, and then the MIT offered its first open courseware after that, the next year. And you might be knowing that the Times magazine had declared the year 2012, 2012 as the year of the MOOC, because they gained so much of the popularity. And we had Udacity there, Course Era, the MITx or edX by Harvard and MIT, like that. And since then, no going back. You may be aware the one of a very popular and most successful platform launched by Government of India, the SWAYAM platform, which is hugely popular. There are millions of students taking a benefit, not only within India, but abroad as well. So all these things, they have impacted the education. And you know this Roger Bell curve, that those people who are the initiators of things, we call them as the innovators and early adopters. And then the people, the customers, they wait for that what is going to happen. So you have the early majority, those who adopt the technology, and the late majority, and some people who remain still skeptics about it. We popularly call them as laggards for that. But then the question here arises that what is a learning management system? How does it help us? The learning management system, you can say it is a kind of a software application where a teacher can plan their teaching and learning for students, implement the learning design or the instructional design, and carry out an assessment for a specific learning program. Broadly, the learning management system can be defined in that way, and it has a majority of the roles where you can see that the learning management systems, it becomes the core of the digital learning, where the teachers, they design their course and carry out that teaching learning transaction process. The students, they have the interaction within among themselves. So the peer interaction is there with their teachers, with their content, and they are operable on various kind of devices. There are many beautiful and powerful learning management systems which can run on any kind of device, all kind of devices in all kind of operating systems available to us. So you have your online content, you can provide it as a repository, and then the students, they access it, the teachers, they design their interactive activities on that, which enhances the personal learning, personalized learning for the students who are there. So then you might be thinking that what are various types of learning management systems. So you can say on the basis of segmentation, you can have the proprietary or the open source, cloud-based. And in terms of the end use, we have the academic learning management systems, which are implemented by schools, colleges, universities, or any academic institution, and the enterprise, basically adopted by business houses. Say, for example, Maruti Udyog is want to provide, or Microsoft wants to provide training to their employees. So they have the enterprise the learning management systems on that. And it is not only the education sector which is benefited by these learning management systems. All kind of service sector industries like telecom, manufacturing, retail, education, health, financial, etc. These are implemented on many kind of sectors. So let's have some examples of them, like proprietary, which we need to subscribe to them. They are available on some chargeable basis, and they are like Blackboard. It is one of the most powerful learning management system available. You have Zenzawa, Talent, LMS, or Desire to Learn, those things. This is the beauty of this, the open source learning management system. And you may be knowing that what is the meaning of open source. Open source softwares are those which code you can download and you can modify according to your own needs. You need to have just background knowledge of that what architecture that software it follows. So there are many examples of them. You have Sakai, you have Joomla, you have Digital Talk, Moodle is there, Canvas is there, eFront, and even one of the instance of Blackboard, which is proprietary software, but Core Sites is a source software available to them. Then there are some other elements also, like you must have heard about Google Classroom. So this is a free platform available to you if you are using Google package from them. Nowadays, we all talk about skills, development of skills on various kind of things. So this is an interesting learning management system where you can identify your skills which you need to develop, and it provides you an analytical dashboard. By having it, you can find that what are your skill gaps, and on the basis of that, this software gives you recommendations that what you can do and how you can go about it. So that's there. In this chart, you can see that how over a period of time, over the past few decades, the field of learning management system has progressed. So some new softwares, they have emerged in the market space. Some of the software which were established one They have changed their modality, their interfaces, the UX and UI. UX stands for user experience, UI stands for user interface. Depending on the need of the teaching community, these softwares, they keep on evolving. And one of the softwares, which is one of the most popular, my very dear good friend, Dr. Biju, he will be sharing his knowledge more in detail about this platform. But this is one of the globally leader open source software. And the tallest person here standing with me in the picture, Mr. Martin Dugiamas, he is the creator of the Moodle. So now you know that who created this beautiful software for all of us. And I'm very happy to share that Moodle is available in so many formats that this is one of the websites which were created by one of my students, Maths Passion, and the teacher uses that. Not only that, this is another instance which is created by one of my friends, and this is for NABARD in association with for the farmers. So you see the kind of variety, even the farmers, the students, the business people, uh, it has implications and materials for each and every kind of segmentation wherever they need education, they need training, they need some kind of orientation, knowledge sharing, content sharing, guidance, training, all things possible from there. So like this is the course structure you can see. And then since the farmer to make it interactive with them, the avatars were created who talk to each other, discuss some related to the crop management, and then the farmers they can easily understand in a desired language. So for example, in Hindi or sometimes. Yeah. So this is that student with sharing his website with us. Now, I told you that these learning management systems, they can be depending on their segmentation on of various types. So there are certain benefits of them. There are certain challenges of these kind of softwares to give you a better perspective of for your institution, what kind of learning management system you would like to choose. It is always a good idea to understand their functionalities, their features, their challenges, and their propriety. So let us go with the proprietary softwares first. Again, as I told you, the proprietary softwares are those which we subscribe to. We pay some charges to use them. So so what are their benefits? That they are highly reliable because they have been developed using great funding, lot of research, and the training and the company support is there. That is their best feature, the USP, unique selling price, that everything goes with them. The challenge with them is that they may not be cheaper because a lot of investment has gone into it by the developers into that. And then secondly is that sometimes it may not be possible to modify it because it's a global software and that goes through that. But they are very, very reliable as compared to other kind of varieties. Then open source softwares, which you can download, which you can modify. If you know the programming, if you know the architecture of the software, you can design it like I showed you two varieties of Moodle. Both were Moodle running, but their interface, their look, their content, it looks different. That is the beauty of this open source software. The best thing is that they are freely available to you. The second best thing is that you can change the code, make them customizable as per your own needs. But there is a little bit challenge into it. Since you are getting free of cost this software, so the company support may not be there. But there is a happy news. There is a big community out there who is always ready to help you because it is a community development software. Everybody contributes to that. So if I'm held up somewhere, I can post a message that, well, friends, I'm having this difficulty. Can somebody help me? And believe you me, there are many, many enthusiastic people who come forward to help you. So the recommendation is that go for the open source software, and Moodle is one of the example on which this workshop is going to be. The another variety is cloud-based learning management systems. Like you must have heard about Google Classroom, which is one of the easy. So the benefit is that the low cost, because let me give you an example of how do we compare the cloud-based learning management system with other variety. You know, from your place, say from your residence, you are going to office or you are going to another city. What do? You hire a cab, you take the train from place A to place B, you purchase the train ticket, but we do not pay the cost of that transport. Like we are hiring a car, you are not paying the cost of the car. If you have taken the train ticket, you have not purchased the train. You just pay only few hundred, few thousand rupees. That is nothing as compared to the cost of the transport or the aeroplane cost. And secondly, we are just concerned with where we are getting down. Where our other co-passengers they are going, we are not concerned with that. Who is going where? Something similar, this cloud-based systems, they work. We put everything on the cloud, other users are also there, but we are more focused with all, and that brings down the cost. So the benefit of this is that, so you see in proprietary, the cost is very high. In open source, there is no cost of the software. There may be training costs or other maintenance costs, but not that. Cloud-based, they are there. They are highly secure. The security is a very good feature on that. The challenge is that in the case of cloud-based systems, the stability of your internet connection is prime because you are accessing everything on the internet from there. So that's a thing. So here it is graphically in one screen, you have the differentiation of open source learning management systems and proprietary based learning management systems. So you just can glance through it. I'm not going to. No. So here is an example of Moodle, like in terms of there, both are the upper one is the cloud based and below one are the software which are server based. And believe you me, Moodle is such powerful that you can install it even on your pen drive, USB drive. And sometimes I don't know if somebody is going to ask me this question or not, that we are living in such a place where there is no internet connection. What can we do? There is a good news for that. There is a option of, it is called as Moodle box. You take it and within certain range of it, all the other mobile devices, they can become, so it becomes a hotspot. And all the courses which have been mounted on that, you can use the learning management system. So see the power of it, how that can be. Sometimes the company gives you a ready-made package and you want certain extra features into it that are enhanced by plugins. Plugins are extra things, like you purchase a vehicle. Say for example, you go to Maruti Udyog and you purchased a car from there. So they have given you the car. But you want that, oh, okay, I want a dashboard of this kind of thing. I want television, small screen in my car. I want this thing, that thing. So additionally, those things they are put. These are to increase the capability and power of that object, item, or something. Similarly, in learning management systems, we increase those things. But we need to be very careful that these are the extensions, and they may have certain vulnerabilities with us. So when you design, when you plan for learning management system, keep in mind the security of those things. And that can be taken control through authorization. Only the authorized users, they need to have access to it. The verification, like two-step verification, authentic, and keeping a strong password for your learning management system. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for all the information you gave regarding LMS today. And we understood that who created Moodle. We also got to know that there are two varieties of Moodle. Moodle is free of cost, and there are certain pros and cons. You explained about the propriety, the cloud-based LMS, and also the open source based, and of course vulnerabilities in LMS plugins. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for this entire information. And
welcome.
Thank you. Now, I would request our another guest, Dr. Biju K. Sir, would you like to explain certain things regarding our topic today, that is LMS, the policy perspectives, need, concept, and scope? Sir.
Thank you. And very good evening to all the viewers. In fact, within this short span of time, you have been taken to the arena of learning management system by senior most. In fact, you could see that how exactly is authentically explaining you the evolution and the development of learning management system. Basically now focusing on the schedule of the training, maybe I'll make it more specific what exactly we are looking for within this training. So sir has given you the details of what is a learning management system. So basically I am interested to start with, yes, the point of learning is most important. In fact, as the people who are looking for doing this course, let's think of how exactly we purpose a learning management system. Why do we need it? So let me take you through a small example. As a teacher, what are all the things are looking for? As a teacher, I would like to take my students along with me to clarify or to make them learn. And it's not just mugging up of the things from the content. In fact, maybe reiterating about NEP 2020, all of us are focusing on the lifelong learning. So when we prepare our students for the lifelong learning, what are all the things we do? We provide different kind of experiences. The students will be coming across different problems, how to solve it. We will be showing them the path. We'll be facilitating them the learning. Sometimes we have to slow down. So basically, as a teacher, we are taking our learners along with us, showing the different paths where they will be coming up with different kind of experiences. They'll be able to clarify their experiences, their doubts, and thus they'll be able to apply in their day-to-day life. So basically, today's classroom becomes a co-managing because our learners are well explored in technology that we know very well. They are living with technology. So obviously the teachers and teacher educators are compelled to do technology more. So learning is all comprehensive, focusing on enhancement of all faculties. So for that, can we have a system? How do we manage it? So that's what, in fact, sir was taking you through the evolution. There was a traditional classroom where varieties of tools were used, like chalk, board, and even the low-cost, no-cost materials, or what we call teaching learning materials, and taking them to the field, giving them first-hand experiences. So on the whole, the different stakeholders were trying to provide as many experiences as possible so that the learning will become more meaningful and permanent. So taking this to the next level, let us think of what are we doing in the classroom, what are we doing, what we were doing. Maybe a pandemic period has given us an opportunity to think of what exactly we were doing, what we have done during the pandemic, and what are we going to do now. So one answer is there. We cannot give away from technology. Technology is not the savior for everything, but technology is a supplement. It's a complement which helps us to keep our learners engaged in meaningful learning processes. Of technology, is it possible? It's not possible. Almost all of us, in fact, sir has told you, where and all the technology helps us. In all walks of life, technology helps us. But in teaching learning, how do we make use of technology? What exactly we are going to do? So for that, maybe those who are willing to continue with the coming up sessions, let me take you through some of the framework of teaching techniques. There are different ways in which our teachers equip our learners. There are one-time techniques, one-to-one technique, one-to-many techniques, many-to-many techniques. I am actually doing one-to-many. Now, can I increase the number of my classroom? It's not possible. Most of the time, we complain that personalized or personal care may not be possible. So even we talk about the teacher-pupil ratio. But with technology, is it possible? we started thinking of how do we manage it, addressing a large group, addressing a specific group, addressing maybe a specially abled group. All these are possible with varieties of technological application. That is where the LMS is coming in picture. In fact, any of these LMS. Now, knowing this framework, what are we going to do? No, there are different methods of teaching. And most of the time, teachers say that when technology comes into classroom, we may have to sacrifice our teaching styles or teaching methods. Is there any technology tool that helps me to improve my method? And in fact, recent days, there are different types of method or teaching techniques we started using. There is a notice board, public tutorial, individual project, peer counseling, free flow discussion, the structured seminar. Nothing to worry about these terms teachers were using regularly. Peer counseling, free discussions, group discussions, focused discussions, structured seminar. So all these maybe in fact very recently pointed out the terms like notice board, public tutorial, individual project kind of thing, but we can do it. How can we enhance the outcome? In fact, sir was mentioning about improved student outcome. So our focus is within short span of time, can we improve the student outcome? So that is why we have to look for some different methods like seminars, small working groups, online cafe. It's a kind of terminology which has come from maybe the cyber world. Online cafe, learning partnership, having the partners in learning. Maybe another way of grouping students. There are different kind of grouping you may be knowing, ability grouping, mixed ability grouping. So I can have one learning leader in a group who can take care of the others. So, or moderating by learners. Learners can take the role of the teacher. You may remember the cycle where I have shown the teacher is in the driver's seat and behind there are different seats which at any point of time the teacher can shift. So the teachers give opportunity for the learner to come up, moderating the learners, and even access to additional resources. Even now, those who are watching this live session may be thinking of, can we have some more material for further reading, which may be enhancing our learning. And even Rekdal and Paulson in 1989 was talking about distribution of information, two-way communication, an alternative to face-to-face teaching, public tutorial, peer counseling, free flow discussion, the library, and all these can be added to our teaching method. So when we have these kind of teaching method, let me remind you about some of the facilitation techniques. The facilitation include the intellectual functions, social functions, organizational functions. How exactly the teachers support the learner intellectually? Maybe you may remember about Bloom's taxonomy or revised taxonomy or any other taxonomy of teaching learning. We focus more on the intellectual scaffolding or support. And we know that parallelly we started emphasizing on social constructivism. So in social constructivism, the students can learn within the society or social groups. So there are a lot of social functions possible, facilitating the group discussion, facilitating the debate, facilitating the organizational function. How do we organize, as well as what kind of environment the system provides. And also the facilitation techniques include in terms of assessment. You need not bother about these kind of terminologies because our focus is more on how do we make use of LMS. So why I'm presenting it here, let us create a need for what purpose I can use an LMS. So I was mentioning about the assessment, formative as well as summative assessment, because any teacher will be looking for the level of achievement of the outcome. So there are different ways of assessment, and most of my viewers would be familiar with Google Classroom kind of platforms wherein we were struggling to have formative assessment. Whereas the entire literature now talks about, let us give more emphasis on formative assessment, wherein the process of learning would be supported. Now, before into some detail of LMS, there are certain challenges when we design our teaching learning in online. Even sir has mentioned you about the pros and cons. Why do we need to go for open source software? The first thing is that we need to improve our clarity on the learning outcome. What is the purpose for which I am designing my course? What is the purpose for which I am designing the learning experiences? To whom I am providing? Who is my target audience? What kind of instructional model I am providing? And always keep it in mind, since there is a platform like LMS, we may attempt to provide all resources in a single platform, which may create an information overload. So we need to practice the different ways in which we can design our learning. So sir has talked about what is an LMS. It is a broad term used to for a wide range of systems that organizes the entire gamut of learning, the different process or different phases of teaching learning. Now, what are possible in an online or LMS? An LMS, you may be familiar with LMS term, CMS term, LCMS terms. LMS stands for Learning Management System. CMS stands for Content Management System. LCMS stands for Learning Content Management System. Now, in all these kind of systems, these are all some of the possibilities we have. We can author the content, we can write the content, we can present the content. A teacher would be looking for where exactly I can provide my own material. So authoring is one of the possibility. Classroom management, we can track how exactly the students are progressing. Even you can design a learning plan for the students. Students can access the learning plan. Even competency management, knowledge management. And in fact, as I was mentioning, in every field, wherever education and training is needed, they go for this kind of platform where the certification is easy. Personalization is easy. Chat is possible. Online interaction is possible. Discussion boards are possible. So all these possibilities we are going to explore in the coming sessions. And in fact, we have been taken through the different examples of LMS like Canvas, Instructor, Moodle, Blackboard, Google Classroom. And CMS is another way, and maybe CMS, LCMS, LMS. I would just give a small task for the viewers, those who are willing to continue the coming up sessions. You just go through how do we differentiate a CMS, LCMS, and an LMS. You can have a small idea before coming for the next sessions. And obviously, tomorrow onwards, we will be looking for Moodle as a popular and very strong learning management system. We'll be taking through that. And maybe, Tanvi, is there any question that I can answer?
Yes, sir. We definitely have questions for you and even for Dr. Sharma. So, firstly, I would like to thank you for all the details you shared regarding the LMS, and you also shared the difference between online and LMS. So, I have a few questions for you. So, my first question would be, are there any challenges in today's teaching learning process?
Every teacher and every second experiencing the challenges.
Okay.
Earlier, a teacher feels that I know everything, I can present anything before my students. But now the real time, the students are going to check it and say that this is wrong and this is the correct. So that is the of exposure our students are having, whether they are digital natives or digital migrants or digital visitors or residents. Our students are much, much better, and they don't have any conditions to explore. Whereas if I ask somebody to check for something, they may just go to Google and type something, whereas a student talks 3 or 4 sentences, even Google will be struggling to answer. So this is the way our students are. So obviously every second is a challenging, and let me remind that teaching is not the final resort, because there was a notion that anybody can become a teacher. Nowadays it's not so easy, because we have to address the global learners.
Absolutely.
And,
Being
and
Yes, sir.
I would also like to add something here, which is Dr. Bizu has raised very, very important point that all the teachers and all the students, they have their unique challenges with them. And let us see some of them. Like I remember NCERT long back has created a wonderful course on UDL, Universal Design of Learning.
Yes, sir.
Accessibility and universal design, it's very important. But how does a teacher addresses that in their classroom? It is very difficult. See the assessment part, analytics part. As a teacher, if we have 60 students, even for that matter, even I have 6 students in my class, as a human being, how do we note their progress and how do we make an analysis of their progress from here? It becomes very much difficult for them, and those things. Then you see a kind of collaboration among them. We want the students to work collaboratively or explore the resources, make them think, reflect on something. These are big challenges. And these learning management systems, they really are a wonderful resource for any teacher, for any student, even for administration. Using these learning management systems, you can streamline the admission part, the counseling part, the guidance part as a repository. So you have taken care of your library needs, and then declaration of results, porting of the results, automatic assessment, all these things, which are, these have become such a handy tool for any teacher. You use them for making the education delivery better for the students. So this field is so unique and so exciting, full of promises which all the teachers, they can take benefit of. So I must thank Dr. Biju for his wonderful presentation and highlighting those features. They are really good for, and that is very interesting thing he had shared with all of us, that we see and we look about learning management system, that we have CMS, then we have LCMS, and all those kind of differentiations, how a particular tool serves a particular context and a particular need of either our teachers on how to deliver the instruction, or for the students, how to make the learning effective. So that way it goes with that.
Absolutely. So, both of you actually explained all the challenges that are there in today's teaching learning process. And I'm sure all the viewers, be it the teachers, be it parents, administrators, teacher educators, students, all would agree to each and every point you just mentioned here. So, Dr. Sharma, I have a question for you as well. So, may I?
Yes, please.
So, keeping in view the modern technology developments, can we expect any changes that are coming up in LMS?
Oh, yeah, certainly. It's definitely a great point, and particularly if you see nowadays, this reminds me, I think Netflix took somewhere around few years to get 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Facebook got around 6 months or something. But a very recently, which was released somewhere in October and November last year, the Chat GPT, which everybody is talking now, it took only 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days, crossing not only million but billions. At present, whole of the world is talking about it. So AI tools, they have nowadays. You give a command to the software, it can prepare your PPT. Yeah, there are tools which can make your presentation PPT. You just tell it what topic you want to give a presentation on. Then if you tell the software, it can make a video for you. It can create diagrams, photographs, images for you, like that. So the applications of AI and machine learning, they are bringing so much potentiality to these learning management systems, like personalized learning. There is an app, it is called as Duolingo, which is to learn additional language.
Yeah.
It is AI based application. Similarly, these softwares, you can, it is not possible for a teacher like me or Dr. Biju. If we teach our students, we have to take the middle path, taking care of the average students and fitting in somewhere those who need more support and involving those intelligent ones. But these softwares, they can make for all these students one software, 100 students, all gets their own personalized kind of delivery. Then another thing is intelligent tutoring system. We can integrate them, those kind of things. And like particularly nowadays, Microsoft is saying that Microsoft is very soon going to integrate Chat GPT for MS Word, or there are many applications which are coming up. And if you have these kind of intelligent tutoring services into the LMS, the things change. And one of the beauty which I like is the adaptive kind of content. The adaptive content is mean that based on the need, based on the interest, and based on the progress of the student, the content is delivered to them. If the students who are fast learners, they can cover the course in much lesser time, the software can deliver them more content, and depending on their need or their intelligence level, the complexity, the easiness of the software, that can be. And then another thing which has been a very crucial issue during the pandemic time, you could not have the in-person face-to-face examination, so automation of examination, how the software assesses the learner's performance. Grading is there, providing students immediate feedback on their work. And then nowadays, I know NCRT has done a lot of wonderful work, and the development of augmented reality books by CIET is the best global experience of that. So the integration of virtual reality, augmented reality into the learning management systems definitely enhances the learning experiences, makes them more engaging, more interactivity. And then let us not forget about gamification. The element of gamification, everybody loves games. And with this help of in these things, the things which are coming up fast, and then the mobile compatibility. Everybody uses their mobile phone nowadays. Means many students during pandemic time, they heavily were relied upon the mobile. Many people, they don't have desktop computer or laptop, mobile. It saves them. So these are some of the, and the another thing is the integration of different tools. Where one LMS you can integrate, like Schoology is there. There are other learning management systems. You can have many other applications like Google Analytics. So you can integrate it into these things. They are empowered with the facilities provided by these AI applications, machine learning applications, deep learning applications like that. One of the example is natural language processing. So if the software can translate, say, if I have the content in English, but my students, they are from even Kerala, want to access that material in Malayali or means those other languages, the software can take care of these kind of things. And nowadays, these translation softwares, they are very powerful.
Okay.
Once upon a time, we used to see that. But now the technology has progressed much.
Absolutely. So we can definitely say that these modern technological developments, they are extremely beneficial for the online teaching process and for the LMS, that's Learning Management System. Sir, thank you so much, Dr. Sharma. Thank you so much, Dr. Biju K, for being with us today in our program. It was really an interactive session, and I really enjoyed learning, understanding so much about LMS, and this entire training is going to be really beneficial for all our viewers. So, sir, thank you so much for being a part of our today's day one of this online training. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaste to everyone.
Namaskar. Bye. Thank you. I would like to thank all our viewers for being a part of this program. And this was day one. The topic was Learning Management System, Policy Perspectives, Concept, Need and Scope. Day two would be tomorrow, sharp at 4 o'clock. We'll come here at the same platform and we'll discuss the next topic. And that would be Introduction to Moodle, Interface, Account Creation and Course Design. So you can easily be a part of this program, and you can raise your questions. There are multiple ways, but firstly, let me please tell you that how you can be a part. You are asking, so many people are asking for the registration link in the chat box of our YouTube channel. Let me please tell you how to do that. All you need to do is open your Google and type CIET in it, and when you do that, the first page would be there. I'll show you each and every step. So here it is. When you type CIET, this page would be open, and you can see the options. If you click this option, events, the third last option is workshop/training. Please click on it, and this page you can open. If you scroll it further, here are the details for the program, the current activity. That's the one. So if you scroll it, you can see the current activity. Here, LMS. So if you click on this, these are all the details regarding our online training program. The 5-day schedule is mentioned. Scroll it further, and these are the details of our schedule. This is the QR code from where you can scan and be a part of this particular program, and if you want, you can click on this link and register yourself. So let me please show you where you can get the quiz link. Here the quiz link will be given to you on 27th of January at 6 p.m. It would be the 5th day, and if you have missed today's program, you can click here and watch it on our YouTube channel, which is NCRT official. So this is the entire page. You can go through this page and understand everything about our online training on LMS, that is Learning Management System, to enhance teaching learning process. Well, this was all about our particular program, but our next program is going to be again very special, that is Sayog, Guidance for Mental Well-Being of the Children, and the topic of discussion would be managing time during exams. And for this information, I have one announcement to make to all of you. In yet another exciting edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji will be interacting with the students, parents and teachers on 27th of January 2023. In this town hall type event, this event will be telecast live on all the major channels, including Doordarshan and All India Radio, and also on eVidya channel number 1 to channel number 12. Well, in this lively program, Honorable Prime Minister discusses not only about ways to manage stress, but he will also share certain mantras to live the life joyfully as an Utsav. So please don't forget to watch it, and this will be on 27th of January. And with that, I have an important announcement. We are definitely very proud that India has assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in 2023, that is this particular year. A nation deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism, well, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in her history as it seeks to play an important role by finding the pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all, and in doing so manifest the true spirit of Vasudev Kutumbakam, or should I say, the world is one family. Please keep on watching eVidya channels. We have more sessions to come for all of you. Thank you once again. Take care. Namaskar.